What's up guys, Incredi here, back with another video in the advanced lobby. This is the second compilation of the video logs of my journey for the Platinum Strawberry, documenting me going not insane. No sir, I would never go insane doing anything in a video game ever. These past couple weeks I've been practicing the advanced hard side, otherwise known as Mango Mesa. It's quite a special case because not only is it both the longest and hardest level in the entire lobby by a lot, but because of how the full game run works, I have to do it last. So not exactly something that had me excited to do it, but I figured if I didn't do it now, I'd either have to do it later, or I'd end up having multiple sleepless nights because I died there with the platinum. As you'd probably expect, this level had by far the most labbing and stupid moments, and dare I say funny moments if any level I've done so far, and honestly, I don't think that's ever going to change. I bring up my custom deadlift score function a lot in these logs, so here's a brief review of how that works. Basically, it's a number that goes from 0 to 1. If I succeed at a thing, I gain a default of 0.1 score. If I fail the thing, I lose a default of 0.1 score. But if I'm on a streak of successes with the thing and then fail, I will lose less score for that fail. And conversely, if I'm on a streak of fails and then I succeed at long last, I will gain less score for that success. Also, fails are given slightly more weight than successes, so I have to be over 50% consistent with the thing in order to make any actual progress. If I reach a score of 0.5, I call it a deadlift, which usually means I am pretty good at the thing. If I get all the way to 1, I call it an overhead, which usually means I am very good at the thing. And in these upcoming logs, I'm going to be using the term overhead a lot, trust me. Also, I do use my custom confidence rating system a bit in these logs, so just here's what all the ratings mean. You can pause the video to take a look at them. Their meanings for full level stuff is basically the same as for individual rooms, but I go off vibes a lot more for smaller segments. Also, minor disclaimer, my mood is not exactly the best for quite a few of these logs because these past 2 weeks have not exactly been my weeks. And while, yeah, Mango Mesa is way less visually depressing to come back to every day than Tower is, it is more depressing to actually play a lot of the time. Don't worry though, like 99% of my frustration all went back into Mango Mesa, 100% of which was deserved by the way. This level sucks to get good at, as you will soon see. So, with all that being said, I will make way for the video logs. Enjoy! Daily Diary, September 30th, 2025. I haven't done one of these in a few days because A, I was editing the video and so I wasn't doing video games as much, and B, I have just been busy in general, but I am back. Today, I did procrastinate a lot, but I primarily studied the hard side. And by studied, I mean studied the parts that I didn't figure out, like in the past 31 hours I had in the level. And I made a lot of interesting discoveries with this level today. It was very good. So, first, well, I'm just gonna go through the level. This is not chronological order. First, I realized that you can just wave dash into umbrella, into wall bounce, into victory. I did not know you could do that before. And after doing that, I am convinced that this was the intended route all along, and I just missed it this whole time. Next is, I am making editor Incredi's job way harder with every second I do this. Golden Dawn is just backup central, aka Flag 17. I also did a run from Flag 13, which I like to call a back half run, because it's the back half of the level. Riveting stuff, I know. Geez, there's nothing. I mean, like, no, even in Tower. Oh, yes, Flag 5. This flag sucked for the longest time, because how toggle theory works is its main killer. Is the music gonna? No, it does that sometimes. The main killer in toggle theory is buffering a jump and not getting the momentum transfer from the block because you buffered a jump. And the reason is because you jumped a pixel off the ground instead of a pixel on the ground, because that's what happens if you buffer a jump. Because, I don't know. But this was an issue right here. Because I do this, I do the wave dash, and then, like, I buffer the jump sometimes. That's my phone, nothing of importance. And can I please get it so I can show off how much this sucks, please? Can I get it one singular time? One time at all? No? You're just gonna take my word for it. But another issue was I would go too far forward, and then the boost would run out, and I would die. Solution. With this funky looking setup. Why is it not letting me? It's cause I saved a state in the raindrops flag, and it carried over the no neutral property. Right? Okay, anyway. Fixed. So with this wacky looking setup, you can go here. And then neutral jump, dash, and then that's never happened to me before. Ignore that. Wave dash, and then it becomes just your standard toggle theory block boosted jump. Very easy. Flag 4, it just did some tidying up. Really, the final, like, checkpoint 5 of this map just sucks and is the worst one, because of course it is, you know. Flag 3, nothing of note, and flag 2 is just another flag in the level, and then boom, flag 1. Now I have a lot to say about this flag. None of those things are good, by the way. This flag is the ultimate villain, but I found that, like, you can do this crouching strat. And it's not, like, foolproof, as you can see, but it is more lenient than the other stuff I've tried. So I'm probably going to be doing this in the future. I'm probably going to be practicing for that. And then we get to this part. Now, this is the part where the majority of the bad things I have to say about Flag 1 are from. And the reason, look at it. That is the Run Crusher hallway. That is a choke point. A significant choke point, I might add. It's not your minor choke point. It is a significant choke point with a variable visual cue and variable timing on the up dash. At the final half of the final flag of the final level in the run. Because, you know, why not? Am I right? So, you know, I don't, you know, I live in fear that one day I'm going to die with the platinum to this. So, I'm practicing this by far the most of anything. This is gonna get special treatment, because with variable cues, all you can really do is just practice it a shit ton until your muscle memory, like, is able to take over and make the decisions on your own. That's how I did the boss in V1 Glitchless 30X, if anyone from Red Ball knows what that is. Very cool. But I found that if you just crouch at the second stretch, you can get slightly more leniency, because your speed will decrease, giving you a bigger frame window. And I got the idea after seeing a suggestion by someone to just crouch starting here, but then sometimes you don't get enough speed at all, so I figured the back half was a good compromise. I mean, that's really it with this level today. I could have done way more, but, you know, labbing stuff out is also important. And then after that, I opened Starry Ruins and did a mindless run of it and got the silver. And then I opened Slime Time and did a mindless run of it and got the silver. I'm so glad I'm good with Slime Time. I'm so glad when I get good at any map. Like, I'm so glad when I get good enough at any map, I can just open it and get the silver first try off the dome. It feels so good. Then I did thing with Portal, so I now had a 3-map run going. And then I went to Golden Dawn. And then I made another stupid mistake and died. And I immediately fixed it. I immediately rectified it. So, it is no longer a scary mistake. It was in this room. And this is probably the point where you were realizing that it actually was a stupid mistake, because this is a very easy room. Because I assumed that if I just didn't dash, that would happen and I would just get the jelly automatically. As it turns out, this is not true all the time. And you will die if you do not grab the jelly. So, you know, funny lessons. And that's it. I don't have time to do anything else. I have to wake up early tomorrow. Welcome to my world. So tomorrow I get back late actually, so I'm just gonna be doing, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna be doing checkups on some maps in Mesa to see if the stuff from today solidified. It's just solidifying stuff, really. Like, a lot of the flags in here are already pretty good. Like, so if I can just solidify, like, the few I have left, like, even, like, with 20 or 30 minutes a day, like, even 15 minutes a day tops, or even 10, honestly. If I can just solidify the few flags I have left and then lock in, crazy things could happen. And I know it sounds outlandish, but the only reason I'm saying it is because this exact process has happened to me multiple times. Prime example is Tower from last week. I sucked at that map for so long, and then I figured everything out, and in a switch flipped, and bam, 6 streak and a deadlift. So who knows? Anyway, until next time, night night. Daily Diary, October 1st, 2025. So I've done my audit of Mesa, as well as a few other maps that I'm gonna get into those. Jankdom, had one death that was unimaginably stupid, and I'm not going to speak of it. Besides that, words cannot describe how just flabbergasted I am about that death in so many ways. Golden Dawn, I was doing pretty good. I fixed the death from yesterday, had to it. But then I had a new death because in like one of the rooms I missed the jelly by like a pixel. And like I could have backed it up, but I was really scared and I never done that type of backup before, so I died. But now I have a new backup now for if I ever miss a jelly by a singular pixel again. Big if on that one. I also did Tectonic Trenches and died to a neutral drop. Who could have guessed? If you can't tell, I'm very allergic to neutral drops. What else? That was it, I think. Yes. I wasn't at practice Attack of the Clone, and by practice I mean just audit it. And then I remembered that I would require, like, opening Attack of the Clone and playing it. I don't feel like doing that right now. I struggle to think of a scenario where I would feel like doing it. So, maybe in the future or something, I don't know. But anyway, back to Mesa. Okay. So, we had a death to the ending bunny hopping tower flag, aka flag 6. A death for the dream climb, which granted was pretty dumb, but still annoying. By the way, this was after, like, this is after me doing flag 17 through flag 7 deathless, which, like, doesn't mean much at all when I say it out loud, but, like, you know, I was kind of, like, pissed off when I died to flag 6 twice, because, like, I practiced it a lot. It was like confident 1, and then I realized it is not confident 1. I am too rusty. And then for the new strat on flag 5, I died because I brought for the jump and got unlucky and got no height. It's just so dumb. It's my fault. It's 100% my fault on that one. What else? A few flag 24 shenanigans, flag 17 just continuing to be the most annoying thing ever for no reason, even though it has no right to be. It is not a hard flag. Like I had a death to it because I missed the key orb with the jelly, and that started, like, my cool backup that I found, like, a few days ago, and I did the whole thing until, like, the spike wall bounce, and I died to that, because, like, that's the actual hard part of the backup, and why would I be expected to do that? So that failed. Then a dumb death to flag 4, because I dashed into a spike. Just, you know, that's cool. And many deaths to the Run Crusher hallway in flag 1. And I tried doing the crouch, like, on the first stretch of, like, ground instead of the second. And it looked good, and I was really happy. And then I immediately had 3 deaths that were a direct result of me not getting enough speed. So that idea is now in the garbage. I mean, I could just do, like, a brief crouch, because, like, it was a good idea, because, like, a lot of the time I used to, like, just jump early and jump into electricity and die. But the crouch, like, it would break that habit, but then I lose too much speed. I could probably just do a briefer crouch, but that's, like, more, like, things I have to do. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna be doing this with earth-shattering nerfs, so I'm not exactly eager to introduce more things that I have to do into a strat for flag 1. But we'll see, man. Flag 1, it's just an eternal enigma. It's worse than Tower. It's worse. It's so much worse. At least with Tower, like, there's a solution, probably, and if there's not, then, like, it's Tower gameplay, so it's not, like, you know, the worst thing in the world. And flag 1, no, nothing has worked so far. Nothing ever works, and it's just, it boggles the mind. It truly does. Overall, oh yeah, I had like 3 deaths to the ball bats in flag 23. I mean, that's just background radiation at this point. I might even have more time tomorrow, because I have extra stuff to do. But we'll see how it goes. You know, I do think, I see a path forward, but the major choke points need to be ironed out first, and that's going to be a massive headache, because they're some of the worst in the whole lobby. Arguably the worst. I haven't found a choke point worse than these yet, because these are the other ones I still struggle with. So, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, until next time. Daily Diary, October 2nd, 2025. So, I've not had much time to do prac today. It's just been a brief audit of Mango Mesa, and I did it out of order, so I did the start flags last, and I was gonna do more practice on it, but then flag 23 showed up and, like, turned me upside down and checked out my pockets, like, middle school style. And I didn't really feel like figuring that out right now. So, I tried superstructure, died because I forgot how to do something. I mean, I wasn't focused, because I was like, you know, I was just like, oh my god, I'm gonna superstructure right now, and then I forgot to do something. And then I tried to silver toggle theory, and then died at the end because I forgot to do something, because I got overconfident. It's fine, like, it's a new thing. I have my brain to, like, it's a new instruction for complacent brain, so that was a worthwhile death. And then I decided to figure out this part of Forest Rush, because the ending, it hasn't been, like, it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's not very, very good, and that is that is a problem, you know? That is a problem for me. So, I've been experimenting, and I think it just slowed down, and it's looking to work. I'm gonna do more labbing of this tomorrow when I have more time. Like, yeah, like, that dash is so dumb. Why would I ever do that dash, legitimately? So, boom. And problem solved. Until I, like, fall through the mushrooms again. It's gonna happen, I swear. I can just do this. Like, I get so much speed. Are you kidding me? Like, look at this. This is actually ridiculous. This is an awesome level, by the way. This is such a good level. Love this one. Let me think. Did I do? No, I did not do landing. I did not do the final checkpoint of Heartside Deathless today, because I made a dumb mistake in flag 4, because I'm still trying out a new, like, mini shortcut at the end. I'm not doing the big bubble shortcut, because that just... I was gonna do it, and then I watched a video of it, and I saw, you're never gonna believe it, a demo dash out of a bubble. And there is no way I'm timing that short of, like, a button press with those nerves if I'm on pace. Like, I know I'm good at double jumps from above 4, and that was kind of like the whole thing with that, but I've sworn those off. Those are my mortal enemy now. I mean, they always were, but, like, you know, they're my super enemy now. They're a super villain is what they are. Plus, I don't have to worry about those anymore, because I'm doing this now. Isn't this nice? Anyway, tomorrow I will actually practice the hard side and deadlift some checkpoints. And by some, I mean not landing. Even though I really want to deadlift landing, because this is the hardest and stupidest one. It'll probably just be like easy checkpoints like Ravine or Aquifer or something. And the start... Actually, no, start is Flag 23. God, I hate Flag 23. It's gonna be great. Anyway, until next time. Daily Diary, October 3rd, 2025. Very bad news on the practice front to date. I have suffered technical difficulties. Those difficulties being with my body, and the fact that how do I put this? Quite a bit of IV contrast has been injected into my skin. That's bad, by the way. In case you couldn't, like, piece that together from me saying it. That's possibly very bad. And so, no practice today. It's been on ice all day. Ever since I got back from the doctor. So that's great. So, I mean, I did some practice, like, right when I got home, I did a 3 death on heart side. Every single death was stupid, what do you know? I tried to start the ravine overhead, and that's checkpoint 3, by the way, and I failed, but I was able to figure out some minor error points in that checkpoint. Very nice indeed. I also did a deathless run of Trenches into Jankdom, into Golden Dawn, and then I died into Tower, because I got a lag spike, even though I closed all the apps on my computer beforehand to prevent a lag spike from happening. Welcome to my world. So, depending on what happens tomorrow, this may be my last daily diary. Let's fucking hope not. Anyway. Daily Diary, October 5th, 2025. So, good news. I am not dead. I did not die in the past few days, but I did take yesterday off just to make sure that I was in fact not dying, which now, of course, we all know to be true. So today, I did some catch-up on the hard side, and let me tell you, if the counter is anything to go by, I have succeeded. So today, I overheaded. Let me actually go to the hard side so I can do the visual of the checkpoints. Today, I overheaded Ravine, then Crest. And like Crest, I opened stream. I hopped on live stream, right? And I just opened Crest. I practiced it for like 5 minutes, like instant overhead. Like back 4 back, miss into back 7 back. It was glorious. Oh my god. Like Ravine was unironically a harder overhead because I had to go in idiot proof all these flags, which before I had not idiot proof basically at all because they weren't that bad until I started trying to do them consistently, and then they were that bad, but they're not that bad anymore, which is very good. I was thinking about doing start, and then I tried flag 23 again. So anyway, after that, I went and tried out landing, and I found a genius solution to flag 1. An utterly genius solution that no one has ever thought of before. Okay. No one has ever thought of this before. the problem with flag 1, right, is that depending on where you dash, right here, depending on where you do that dash, you will either get the ultra boost earlier or later, which means that you go into the up dash over here, over on the ice wall, onto the right. You go into that up dash with more or less speed, which makes the window variable, which is bad. Very bad when you want to have a consistent approach. And it also makes things hard because what I'll do is I'll do slowdown strats. We'll like slide on the ground and crouch for a bit, just so I can slow down so the window is actually manageable. But if I do the dash early, then I just lose all my speed and I die. This is a bad example. So the genius solution I found was to just lane late. And then you slide just enough to make it work, which requires muscle memory, but boo-hoo, nobody cares. I can learn that. And then flag 1 is, I can't even believe I'm saying this, not that bad at all anymore. It isn't that bad at all. And so with this information, I went in and I tried, I just opened landing, like after dicking around in the hard side, like putting it off. I was like, you know what, screw it. I opened up landing, I opened up the deadlift, and I tried to overhead it. And I was actually making really good progress. I got a 5 streak on landing. My previous best was like a 2, by the way. That's pretty good. And then I accidentally dashed early, but I did the crouch strat, and so I lost all my speed and I died. And then I proceeded to lose all my brain cells and die in 2 utter really stupid ways, one of which was scaring myself into dying on flag 2, the end of flag 2. Yeah. And then the other one was like, what even was it? I don't know what it was, but it was bad enough that it made me quit on the spot. Because I was just not in the mood to overhead, because I have to go to bed soon. Because I'm waking up early tomorrow. Again. You know. Typical thing. Typical shenanigans here on the Incredi channel. But, that was cool. Definitely gonna come back for the overhead on flag 1 when I have time, which is not gonna be tomorrow. Because I have an exam to study for. And also I get back at 10 in the evening. That's gonna be great. So I don't know, but overhead on landing is coming. It's honestly not even gonna be that bad anymore. And then Aquifer is gonna suck. Because I have to learn flag 6 properly. I don't feel like doing it because the ending of flag 6 is just so dumb and it's stupid, and I'll figure it out, but I don't want to figure it out right now. And start as, you know, flag 23. It's really the only actually stupid thing that I genuinely hate in this level anymore. It's the last, it's the last straggler of the battle days of this level. So once that's done, we could actually theoretically get the ball rolling on a Mango Mesa deadlift. Wouldn't that be something? What else did I do? I just did miscellaneous practice for the rest of the levels. I tried starting on B-Berserk, and then I remembered why I do not like B-Berserk at all, and so I did not do B-Berserk after that. I did deadlift. No, I didn't deadlift. I hopped on tower and got the silver there. First try, twice. Like, the ego boost. The boost to my ego, oh my god. It is, I just can't emphasize enough how good it is to have this level solved at long last. I also did Sack of the Clone. Just de-rusted that. I probably did Golden Dawn. I'm pretty sure I did every single level. Except Forest Rush. And Right Side Down Cavern. Oh, Toggle Theory, I forgot a bunch of things. Actually, no, I didn't. I just sucked at it. I was really tired when I was doing it, so it's fine. Oh my god, and then, because I was, like, after I did Mango Mesa, after I finished up with that, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna try to, like, do as many maps as I can in a row without dying, and then I'm gonna be done. And I did Tower Deathless, and I was feeling so good, and then I did Jankdom, and then this happened. So, that was the point where I ended the stream, because, I feel like that speaks for itself. Daily Diary, October 6th, 2025. So, no time to do actual improvements from practice today. Today was just an upkeep day. So, I did superstructure, died a bunch because I forgot things, and also realized that the 8th room of this level is actually a bit weaker than I thought, which is good, because it means I can get better at it. So then I did Attack of the Clone, got that silver first try, thank God, at least one win today. Then I decided to do Mango Mesa, just to see how it would go. And so, I had a death to flag 23. Wow, I know, big surprise. Then I had a death to flag 19 because I, forgot something for a split second because I wasn't locked in. And I want to get mad at that, but can I really get mad at this if I die? Can I really get mad at dying to not being locked in if I'm gonna be locked in when I play this level with the platinum? These are questions I'm not prepared to answer. And so I was like, okay, you know what, whatever. I lost the 7th streak on Crest that I got from yesterday, but whatever, who cares? And then I forgot how to do the buffered dash off the hearts in flag 18, so I had 2 deaths there. Unbelievably stupid deaths, by the way. And I was like, okay, that's really annoying, but we keep going. And then in flag 17, I just straight up nosedived into a spike, and I was like, you know what? Maybe today just is not my day. I mean, it definitely didn't help that today at work I fell and landed on my hip. Not even 24 hours after, the whole ordeal with my last funky little technical difficulty with my body, and I gotta deal with this now. Truly no rest for the weary in this world. But after that, I just looked into some visual cues for wall bounces in Laser Lab, and I found some stuff I'm gonna look into when I have time. Big win, but we'll get to it soon enough. So, yeah. Until next time, I guess. Daily Diary, October 7th, 2025. So, it's my birthday today. Crazy, I know. 20 years old, Today, I lost, the biggest excuse I could make that I was still technically in my childhood. That being that my age had a 1 as its first digit. Not anymore. We do not live in these times anymore. Truly dark times indeed. But, good news. If the counter is any evidence, I have successfully overheaded landing. I hopped on stream. Actually, I wasn't gonna do anything. I was debating it because it was 9:30 and I was waking up early tomorrow, and I was just you know what, fuck it. And I hopped on stream and I overheaded it in half an hour. And it had its ups and downs and scary moments, but we persevered nonetheless. And then after that, I did a meme run of Heartside. And by some divine miracle, I actually managed to get the golden this time. First try. That usually doesn't happen. So, I don't know if we're entering, the era of me being able to get this golden on command. I think we're a ways off from that still. That's just, I say that and I'm like, no, that's just too good to be true. Ain't no way I could just open this level and, get the golden on command one day. But, I mean, who knows. And also, by the way, the back-to-back died to flag 19 because I made a silly mistake. And I don't know why flag 19 sucks. I had so many deaths of flag 19 in practice, and I was just, so confused because last time, I think, no, it was, the 5th or something. Yeah, it was the 5th, a few days ago. The last time I overheaded Crest, I literally did that 11 times in a row. No problemo. But now I can't do it at all. I make so many mistakes, and it's just it makes sense. It's a focus flag. It's a lock-in flag. If I'm not locked in 100% to the absolute maximum, I'm going to die in a stupid way, and it's just annoying, but it's whatever. But the good news is that landing is actually, like, pretty solved now. It's actually pretty fucking solved. Like, look at this, okay? Okay? Confident 1, right? Because they overheaded it, so it's confident 1. And this is like a... No, I'm not gonna say this. I had a death because I dashed up into the spring. Because how it works is there's 2 springs, right? And normally you dash up to the left of the spring. Because if you dash up into the spring, it will, you know, it'll jump scare push you into the spike, and you'll die before you can react, unless you're like Usain Bolt or something. And I'm not Usain Bolt, so I don't get to do that. But they're all confident too for now. But still, like, also miracle news for flag 23. I like visual cue has been found, courtesy of Ghost, the other person who was doing this platinum. Actual legendary pull for a visual cue, by the way. I genuinely, like, did not know that this background element existed until now, because I for some reason, I never, like, I was so focused on trying to figure out a way to, like, cheese this or make it any easier that I forgot to check for visual cues. With, like, there's, like, a honeycomb hexagon, like, lateral, like, vertically aligned with the right side of the B block where you do the wall bounce. It is literally the perfect visual cue, and I missed it all this time. Like, I don't even know how, but, like, in, like, the wall bounce, like, it's not, like, easy still. It's, like, not consistent by any means. But, like, I can just do this now. I can just do it. I can just lock in and I can do it. Actual, like, legendary bowl. I don't know. I'm like, I am so stoked. You have no idea. This is, like, this is crazy. This is crazy talk. Like, the level's more orange than blue now. When I mean, I guess it was all orange here, but I'm gonna be real. This Incredi was unbelievably naive. None of these would be orange by today's standards. Okay, these would be like these would all be blue. This is the real rating right here. Let me tell you. All right. Also, this is a 2. Yeah, this is a 2 now. But you're making moves. I'm telling ya. Also, this is probably 0.5. Which means that this is also by extension 0.5. But, like, you know, it's still orange, and that is good. Orange is good, okay? So, the plan is, overhead start next, which probably is going to be way easier now that I have, like, this miracle cue for flag 23. The beast has been slain. I cannot emphasize enough how stoked I am about this. Then, Aquifer, which is just this flag, otherwise known as Tower Flag. I like the run, like the golden run I did. Like, I did a golden run like a few hours before the golden run I actually finished, and it died here. Because I like dashed up a frame early at the very end, because screw me, I guess. I don't know. So that's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to, like, actually, like it's just like the final, like, hyper bunny hop at the end, and it's not even like that crazy. I just psych myself out every time, and it's weird. It's weird in that, like, I would much prefer it to be hard than weird, because hard is something I can understand and figure out and get used to. Weird is just, you know, it gets all over the place. It's the wild card. So, we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do back half practice, which is from flag 13, and I'm gonna try to overhead that. That's gonna be a brutal overhead. That's like a 40-minute thing at bare minimum. If I do nothing but hit it 10 times in a row, it will take like 45 minutes. It'll probably take like closer to 50 minutes if I'm being real. Like, it's crazy. And then I can do full level runs because I really need to practice. I should probably have a system for practicing front half because like crest is just as important as landing. It has just enough. It has just as much firepower, in my opinion. So that's gonna be something to investigate further. Anyway, Daily Diary, October 8th, 2025. So, today I have successfully completed my quest to overhead every single checkpoint of the hard side. Truly exciting stuff. I didn't even do much like for most of the day. Like I spent like 3 hours just mindlessly going through a bunch of levels. Like I got Tower Silver first try again. Yes, it's so good to be good at that level. And like, you know, I like experimented with Laser Lab a bit more. Figured some stuff out for there to make it like 0.2% easier. This was very, very important and necessary, trust me. I played Synapse for 2 seconds before like giving up because I don't feel like playing Synapse. And I remembered exactly why I don't feel like playing Synapse. And I also tried out Bladed Valentine. What? Okay, whatever. Well, I tried out Bladed Valentine's Day. Because I figured, you know, that'll be a nice, like, fun little level to, like, try out, you know. This was, like, one of the first silvers I did, and I knocked it out in, like, half an hour after beating the level for the first time, and so I was like, oh, okay. I mean, half an hour for the silver, it's gotta be an easy level. I don't know what I was smoking for that half hour, but I kind of want some of it now because how did I do that in half an hour? Like that level is so weird. I do not like it. It probably is gonna get like 10 times easier when I look at it and like remember and like dredge up all the old strats I used for it and find new ones. But man, that's gonna be rough. I also did be Berserk a bit. That's gonna be the next silver I do after Hardside is done. I may even do that during Hardside grind. The next silver I'm gonna overhead, or deadlift, or yeah, deadlift. I'm gonna deadlift be Berserk after the hard side is done. I was just stuck in a constant loop, literally. I think I literally was just going in a fucking circle because I did not have the external motivation to like hop on Mango Mesa and like overhead flag 6 with like a 1 minute 15-second delay and the checkpoint with the flag 23 wall bounce in it. I did not feel motivated to do that at all. And like normally like in Red Ball, I would just join a VC and other people would join the VC and like problem solve. There's my external motivation. I'd play for hours like that, but nowadays I'm just some random guy going for a platinum. It's not gonna work anymore. And trust me, I've tried, so it's just owned. And so like eventually I just like said fuck it and hit the start streaming button and started streaming on Twitch. And that's not much better because like 90% of the time it's to an empty chat, but it gives me the illusion of people watching, and that is all a man like me needs. So speaking of, I actually managed to just overhead Aquifer like immediately. I literally got a 10 streak like from like right off the bat, bam, instant overhead. So I think I might have like been a little too underconfident on that. Then you have it wasn't even a bad overhead. I had like 3 misses, and you're never gonna guess where all of them were. You're never gonna guess. You're never gonna guess. You're gonna guess it's this wall bounce again. Yes, I know I have a visual cue, but I'm just convinced that this wall bounce is like just gonna be the main villain of like the whole level. Like, this literally is the worst part of the whole level for me now, which is crazy considering that flag 5 exists and flag 6 exists and flag 1 and flag 19 and flag 18. Those all exist, and this singular 3-frame wall bounce is somehow worse than all of them. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. And I know it's the main villain because after I overheaded start, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a meme golden run now. And I immediately died to that wall bounce twice in a row, even though I literally just overheaded a checkpoint with the wall bounce in it. It's just, I don't get it. I really don't. And then the run I got past that wall bounce, I died in flag 14. So I was not exactly like the most enthused about that. Thankfully, that did continue to be a 1 death, with the 1 death being in flag 14. So really a 0 death, by my terminology. So it's just good. That's very good. So next is the back half, overhead, flag 13 onward, which is probably gonna suck if I'm being for real. But it feels feasible now. It unironically feels like very, very doable. And hopefully full level deadlift will follow, question mark? I mean, that would take a while. Like a 5 streak, which is, that's a lot. But like, that would be the fastest way to deadlift this level. That would take like 50 minutes to do. And I'd have to hit this wall bounce 5 times in a row, which is unironically my main concern for a deadlift right now. But hopefully it'll get better overnight. Who knows? The possibilities really are endless for this level, I'm convinced. I mean, I am so much better at it than like a week ago. I could not have dreamed. I mean, I did dream about consistency like this, I'm not gonna lie, but like, it's just so nice to see it all coming together. You know, despite all the hell that this practice style puts me through, it is really awesome to see the end result. It always is. Anyway, until tomorrow, where I will hopefully overhead back half. So yeah. Daily Diary, October 9th, 2025. So, guess who just lost a back-to-back Heartside Golden to a random blooper in Flag 4? Yep. It has been certainly one of the days of all time. You know, today's just been like a fucking fever dream. And not like in a good way. It's been like a fever dream and like you're trying to like sleep and like your brain just throws a bunch of mental diarrhea at you that you have to sit through, and you toss it and turn the whole night, and then you're a fucking wreck in the morning. That's what today has been like for me, approximately. So I already was not in exactly the best like state going into this, and what didn't help was I had a bunch of Tic Tacs earlier because I got it for my birthday, right? Word of advice: do not have sugar before you do runs of video games. Okay, at least for me, it makes me way more like lethargic, and I don't know if it's a depressant or whatever the heck it does, but you should not do it. So, I tried to overhead back half. I pushed it back into like the very last second because I did not want to do it because I just knew it was gonna suck, and so I mean I was partially right. So I started like an hour ago, and like it was going actually pretty well at first. I got a back-to-back, and then I like had a random blooper in like flag 7 and died. Keep in mind, I should never ever die to flag 7, like ever. Like as in, if I died at flag 7, something has gone horribly, horribly wrong in my head, which I mean was not entirely false. So I was like, okay, that's annoying. So I just decided to like set like my goal to be a deadlift because I don't want to be up all night doing this. And so I keep going. I get a back to back, and then I'm on like my third run, right, of the streak, and then I died to a blooper past the final wall bounce in flag 1 because I was an idiot. It was like an innocuous thing because like I was sort of like complacent brain was basically just like no, screw it. Complacent brain was like entirely taking the reins. Like focus brain was like it would like show up to help out for like flag 19 or like whenever I had to actually lock in and not die on the spot. But like complacent brain was taking the reins, and so you learn some valuable stuff when like you combine nerves with complacent brain, because usually you don't get to do that because usually you're so good at everything and there's no stakes at all. But yeah, good to know that I could do that, and also to never do that again, and I have to be very careful not to do that again. So at this point I'm very annoyed, but I keep going. And then like the next run I die to another random innocuous blooper on flag 5 because like I jumped a frame too long on the very last jump and I missed the block, and this was the point where I gave up. Okay, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna hop on the golden, and I did, and I got it first try. Huzzah, hooray. And so I went for like the back to back, and that's how I ended up here. And it's really fucking annoying because the last back to back, like my previous PB for the back to back also died to flag 4, but instead of like a fucking blooper where I just stood around on a crumbling platform and waited for it to go away until I had no way off but to jump too early and not have my dash for the wall bounce. Instead of doing that, I just died to a lag spike. That was very annoying, but that was like out of my control. You know what? And like I can like it's like annoying in the sense there was nothing could have done to prevent it, but also like I get to live knowing it wasn't my fault. This was so obviously my fault, and hopefully it never happens ever again. But I guess the moral of the story is to lock in while playing Mango Mesa. The level that is famous for people not locking in on. That's cool. Anyway, I also did like a few other maps. I've already forgot everything. I am so fucking exhausted. I was hoping to actually like get a fucking thing I could like post about, because let's be for real, nobody fucking cares that I like got a 7 streak on Crest. Alright, oh well, I care about it. Yeah, of course you do, because you're me, because I'm talking to myself right now. Surely, actually no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm very busy. Saturday. Yes, Saturday. Saturday is going to be the day that this all goes nuts. Okay, like the fact that I can be this good when I am this tired and just out of it. I mean, like I'm not even like yeah, I didn't meet my standards, but also I wasn't really expecting to, and like I did so good for how I am right now. So that's a plus. Anyway, until the 11th. Daily Diary, October 12th, 2025. Let me get this shit off my screen. Stupid sound effects when I beat the levels. So, today, I did 1 run of Mango Mesa, the hard side. Which you just saw the very end of. Because I stayed up last night. I stayed up until 2 in the morning. Doing what, you may ask?
Why did get up?
It was totally worth it. So I woke up late today, and I was just like so tired. I was like, you know what? Screw this. I need to chill for a few hours. And so that's what I did. And that was that. And then I did my one run of Mango Mesa. And what a shitty run of Mango Mesa, for the record. Okay. 5 deaths. Like, it hasn't even been 2 days since I played this level, and the rust. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I am a bit out of it, I guess. I'm really just making excuses to make myself feel better. I had a death in Flag 19 because I forgot to hold right. I forgot to grab onto the dream block when I was coming out of it, and it's so annoying because I've done this exact same thing like 5 times in the past like couple days, and I don't understand why it is only specifically this dream block I don't do it for. Like, it only happens with this dream block. It's so weird. And so then I had a death at Flag 18 because normally I do like it's just best if I go in and show it. So normally I do a buffered up demo. You know, like a buffered wall bounce off of an up demo. And it works every single time, except this time it... Can I please hit an up demo? Like, and it works every time, except for some reason it wasn't working, because I don't know why. I don't know why it wasn't working, but it didn't work like 3 times in a row, and then eventually I just died. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And so that's definitely going to be something to investigate tomorrow. And then here I dashed up and missed the jelly by like a pixel. Welcome to my world. And then I had 2 deaths to Flag 5 because I stopped trusting in the strat I was doing that literally always worked and has basically never failed me ever. And I was like, no, I don't trust that anymore. I'm gonna carve my own path, and I immediately died twice. Instantaneous karma. I don't know why I do what I do. I just do it. Definitely gonna be overheading Crest tomorrow because I do not. I don't like it. I don't like it. Gonna be doing a I'm gonna be doing a death link of this golden with Ghost tomorrow at like 7. So you know this might need a bit of work. And then I guess Flag 23, it didn't kill me today. Wow, that's a first. Okay, that is a first. It normally kills me a lot, but I only did 1 run today, and I didn't fuck it up this run, which is huge. But hopefully I'll be able to get good enough at the level to not like die 12 million times. It'll be good because historically death links are way better for giving me nerves than like anything else. So I get to practice with nerves. How exciting! How riveting! How riveting! Am I right? Or am I right? So, until then, I suppose. I do suppose, indeed. Daily Diary. October 12th, 2025. This is my second take for Daily Diary, which is a first for Daily Diaries. Because last time I tried playing Age of War on harder difficulty, and then I got very distracted because, not because harder difficulty is actually hard, but because it requires you to use your brain, and it's kind of hard for me to talk about my day when I'm, like, using my brain to, like, not die horribly in Age of War. But anyway, I'm playing Age of War today. Truly a blast from the past. I know, I got my orange Powerade that I'm drinking. That reminds me of the good old days of summer 2022 when there were raging wildfires from California, and like it was like saturated the air with like smoke particles, and like the air quality got up to 180. That's actually no, it was 180 most days. That's squarely in the unhealthy range, by the way. And so I just sit in the garage drinking Powerade and speedrunning Minecraft parkour and CubeCraft and breathing in smoke. Oh my god, the nostalgia from the Powerade is so real. I gotta clarify, it was not actual smoke. Like, when I say smoke, I mean like smoky air, as in like air that smells like smoke. Like it has like the odor of smoke. Obviously, it don't breathe in smoke. Like if it's actual smoke, I feel like that needs explanation. Obviously, if I was breathing in smoke in the like actual smoke in the garage, like for as long as I was, I would be fucking dead. So don't do that. But anyway, off topic. Very, very good news from the Mesa today. So I did the death link, and I was so scared going in, which, I mean, like, that definitely worked. Like, I wanted to do the death link, because historically, like, I get so much more nervous doing death links than I do anything else, because there's actual other people involved. And it's like, I got like 6 hours of sleep, and not because I wanted to, because my body literally woke up at 8 and was like, you were not going back to sleep, Incredi. And so I was not going back to sleep, and I figured, okay, well, if my body says I'll be fine, then I'll be fine. I don't know how I felt for that one again, but it was not fine. So I downed like 3 coffees in an attempt to, like, hopefully not embarrass myself, like, for the death link, because, like, I tried overheading back half. It did not work at all. There were so many bloopers and just, like, knee-jerk reactions, and I forgot how to do flag 5 completely for a bit, for like the 15th time. It was not looking good. But luckily, during the death link, I found out that I am actually still very good at Mango Mesa when I lock in, which is very good. I mean, I'm only, like, the only time I'll ever be doing that level, and, like, when the outcome will matter is, like, when I'm doing it with the platinum, when I'm gonna be locked in. So that's really all I care about. I just realized I have not built a turret this entire time. What am I doing? You know what? I'm focusing on the speech. This is way fucking better. Alright. So other good news. I got a back-to-back on Mango Mesa. Yes, finally an actual achievement I can talk about. And it happened during the death link. The first one was just like a run that Ghost let me continue, probably because she thought I wasn't actually going to get the golden. And, like, spend an extra 5 minutes doing that, and I did. That was pretty funny. And then, like, a few attempts later, we actually, like, got it, like, really quick. Like, we got the full death link really quick, which is very cool. I don't have enough XP? What the fuck? How? I always have enough XP. Like, on the harder difficulties. This is normal. This is the easiest one. But anyway, we got it, in, like, on, like, attempt 10, and, like, I didn't die in, like, any of the attempts before that, so it's technically, like, a back-to-back, as in, like, all my deaths were, like, because Ghost died, and the death link kills you if someone dies. So, we take those, okay? And then after that, we tried for, like, a back-to-back death link, which was a back 3-back attempt for me. And I was so much more confident during that, and that's when Complacent Brain came out. And I died to a blooper and flag 18, because I assumed I wasn't gonna die to a spike. And I looked away from the screen. I could not tell you why. I still don't understand what compels me to look away from the screen. I just did it, and I died. That was exciting. That was, like, the one death I had for, like, the whole death link, though, which was, I was honestly expecting to do so much worse. I'm like, I was so nervous, because, like, I didn't want to make a fool of myself, but luckily, I persevered. And then after that, we did, like, some silver death links, like, we did Tower and Superstructure, Complacent Brain, I don't know if, actually, no, I think it was just Phantom Nerves that finally, like, took control. That was not pretty. There were so many bloopers and knee-jerk reactions that resulted in death. Like, what the he has 4 nights! It's just not looking so good for me right now. Hey, guys! Okay. Shoot, what else did I do? Oh, I also practiced Be Berserk. I've been doing that, like, on and off, like, a tiny bit, like, in the past few days. And I got the silver twice today. I also did some, like, basic labbing. It's nothing too much. I'm gonna be, like, pivoting to doing, like, the silvers now, because, like, if I'm being real, the only thing I can really do in Mango Mace at this point is, like, do deadlifts and overheads of, like, either the back half or the full level. And those just take forever, and, like, they take so long that, like, I really can't be focused the whole time. So it's just gonna be complacent brain, and like complacent brain's not gonna be home when I'm doing this with the platinum. So like, why would I waste my time doing that? You know, it doesn't really make much sense to do that. So like, I'll still like practice it, and I might try for deadlifts like intermittently, but it's not gonna be the main focus anymore. I like checked like my hours on like Mango Mesa, and like it's like 46 basically on the dot. And like, I've definitely made like a ton of progress. Like, it's been like 15 hours on it in the past couple weeks, I'd say. No, the past week and a half has been 15 hours, and like, I went from like not like, I went from wondering how the hell I was ever gonna pull off a Mango Mesa Golden at the end of a platinum to like, now I could totally see myself doing that now. I mean, you know, call it hubris, but I like, the progress and the improvement is just, it's great. Always love to see it. I don't think I really did much today. I think I just procrastinated a lot. I like mindlessly did a lot of the maps, and nothing of note happened. Oh, actually, I did get a 5-map run. I just remembered. 5-map run. Which, like, that okay. You know, it's cool. It was like, what? I cannot fucking remember. It was like, oh, it was Laser Lab into Starry Ruins, into Attack of the Clone, into Superstructure, into Golden Dawn, and then I decided to test out if I would remember how to do a neutral drop with the nerves of a 5-map run, and I tried Tectonic Trenches. Spoiler alert, I did not remember how to do a neutral drop. That was embarrassing. But, you know, I mean, I don't care about a 5-map run. I'd rather just use the nerves to, like, do practice, because nerves are a valuable resource, trust me. They're a valuable resource when you're outside of attempts. Like, generating them, you know, you gotta use them right, man. And so, I'm glad I got some data off of that. I practiced neutral drops again, made sure I know how to do them. I'll try them with nerves again soon. But, anyway, the main objective now is just going to be cleaning up the silvers, the remaining silvers, which hopefully should be a lot easier now that I've gone through the absolute hell and torture chamber that is Hardside and Tower. Those are like the two worst ones, like when I was doing them for the first time, so hopefully they'll stay that way when I go for all the deadlifts and overheads and yada yada. I gotta upgrade my tower again. This is so easy, man. I forget. I usually I never play normal because it's you know, this is why. It's I knock them all over like look, what are they gonna do? Like, I've killed 3 guys with this one dude over here. But yeah. So this is gonna be the last daily diary I do before compiling all these into the second video in the series, which you're watching right now. So, if you somehow made it to the end of like this hour-long video, probably, because I know I yapped a ton in like at least half the daily diaries, which like it's not like I'm not saying it as like a derogatory term. It's like I don't care if I yap. Why would I care if I yap? But yeah, if you made it to the end, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't know, the video is probably gonna come out in like a few days. I'm very busy. I could have done it. I could have maybe pulled it off tonight if I wasn't putting off doing practice because I was scared. But, you know, you gotta take your losses with your wins, alright? So, until next time, peace out.